how bad you have to eat, how much liquor he has consumed,
Well, that's
how lazy of a regimen you developed, that with his eating habits, would he be able to get in shape doing push-ups and jumping jacks and stuff at home?
well, no, not if you're still eating Big Macs and fries.
What's the chance that
Holding him accountable, maybe.
But the thing is, maybe if he started at home and he developed this habit of 20 minutes a day, I'm going to do a sit-up, pull-up, push-up, body, like squat jumps or something, like whatever routine he does, like a circuit of 5, and it takes him 20 minutes to do it. Maybe that's his starting point. And then that migrates into, okay, well, I'm doing this physical stuff. I stopped seeing some physical changes. What if I change my diet? And he stops drinking full sugar Cokes and starts drinking Diet Cokes, or stop drinking beers and started drinking water. Or, you know what I mean?
Here's the thing. I think we are just as a people so lazy.
I agree
that you need the gym, because you need to get your ass in the car or bike or walk, however close you live. Take your ass to the gym and do something that's going to really challenge you. Can he start at home? Yeah. But I do believe that him being in the comfort of his own home, and the couch being right there, and the remote being right there,
Yeah.
and he loves video games, the video game being right there, and the fat food in the kitchen being right there, or DoorDash. He loves the DoorDash. I was on the phone with him not so long ago, and he got on the camera, and I said, "What's up, Donut?" I called him Donut, and he was getting ready to DoorDash I think it was a chili cheese or something fat.
Yeah.
With everything being right there, all the comfort, I don't see him sticking to it.
And maybe not, but I don't think it's a requirement. You know what I mean?
It's not a requirement.
To me, it's all mindset.
Right. It's not a requirement, but in my personal opinion, I think that somebody who would have the dedication to do it at home with all those temptations right there to not, and would still do it, would probably be somebody who would probably want to go to the gym.
Just because he starts going to the gym, though, doesn't mean all his other habits are going to go away.
Well, no, not all his other habits are going to go away, but I feel like to be in that environment, to be around other people, maybe to see some other people.
We see fat people in the gym all the time.
Well, I'm saying, like, for me,
And we see people in the gym, like, I went to eSport some whenever I was in college, back in 2012. You know what I mean? That are still going to the same eSport today that look the exact same, if not worse.
Right. I just think that I feel like, and it goes back to what I said about guys, like, in the low testosterone today, like, why is a male, I'm not going to even speak for women because we'll get fucking canceled before we get going. As a male, why the fuck would you not want to have muscle? You don't have to want to be a mass monster. We can throw that out the table. But why would you not want to have a nice shoulders and nice...
Name someone that you think would be like the minimum size-wise. Like, you know what I mean?
And that will still can look good and be healthy?
Yeah. Like, is there like...
Are we talking celebrity or are we talking regular person?
Well, we'll do like a celebrity, but so everyone can relate.
Oh, shit. I mean... Damn, that's a hard one to just throw out of there.
I kind of think of... So I watched a movie with Ashton Kutcher the other day.
Okay.
He's kind of like tall, lanky, kind of not quite dad bod, but not quite athlete either, if that makes sense. Somewhere in between, like he's got a little bit of definition. He doesn't have... To me, he doesn't really look like he weights trained. He probably does some.
Yeah.
But to me, he looks more like a runner who does like maybe some pull-ups and push-ups.
Okay, is the question where I think the minimum standard should be?
Yes.
I think the minimum, somebody like a fucking, I don't know if you know these guys, like a Tate Diggs or a Jamie Foxx.
I know Jamie Foxx.
Do you know Tate Diggs?
I'm sure I do if I saw his face.
Well, I'm talking about Tate Diggs today at 50 or whatever he is. You know, something like that where you're still lean. If you're not going to be lean, you need to at least be massive with muscle, not just fat. You know what I mean? Like, I would say if you're not massive, like, would you consider yourself lean right now?
Yeah.
Would you consider?
For relative standpoint of society.
No, bodybuilding.
No.
But you're not fat.
No.
But in my opinion, I know you're going to say no, but you're massive.
No, I'm not.
But that's why I'm ignoring him when he says that. But
I'm slightly above average in the fitness community.
okay, right. We'll talk about that next time. But like one of the I can't say his name. We know him anyway. You should want to have some muscle. You should want to have endurance, some
Yeah.
form of endurance. You should want to have strength. I'm speaking for a man. Like that video of that bodybuilder girl recently. Did you see it? That surfaced. She was in the gym. It looked like it was like her apartment complex gym. And some guy knocked on the door to be let in, and she said, I see him all the time.
Yeah.
Nothing was weird about him. She was a bodybuilder. Yeah,
The one who got attacked?
Yeah. Well, you couldn't really see, but she's a figure. I think she competes in figure.
Okay.
So it's not like she's a jack bodybuilder, but
Yeah.
she's healthy and she's strong and she trains and she works out and she has muscle. I 150% believe that attributed to the fact that she could defend herself against this guy. Because he attacked her, he grabbed her, and she was able to basically fight him off.
This is a whole different topic now.
Well, I'm just saying,
Okay,
for men as well, as a man, if you walk, okay,
let's kind of dumb it down to percent body fat. What roughly range would you consider, like where men should look? Not healthy range, because that's probably a whole different ballpark.
You mean like aesthetics?
When you look at a male, where do you think his percent body fat should be?
Does he have substantial muscle mass?
Well,
or just,
that's going to be my next question. Just body
I would
fat.
say anywhere from maybe 10 to 18.
Okay.
It depends on height and different stuff.
No,
Why
shouldn't.
not?
It shouldn't.
If you are, so do you think that you can carry 18% the same way Shaq could carry 18%?
18% on anybody is still 18%.
It's 18%, but you do you not believe that different structures can carry weight different way?
I think genetically people carry body fat in different places, genetically and hormone related.
Do you think everybody that's 18%, if you put 10 men, all different physical statures together, and they were all 18, they will all look exactly the same?
Well, no, not at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I asked for a range.
Well, 10 to 18.
Okay.
Is that too much?
No.
10 to 18.
I think that's fair and also healthy.
Yeah.
You want to drop a woman's percent body fat?
I would say probably. We're just talking regular life.
Yeah, just for anyone to
18,
look at, where do you feel like they should be?
18 to 24.
Do you think and these are both on preferences?
Yeah.
And do you think that's like, we're going to have a gay comment here, but so when you look at a man, it's kind of like your preference on a man, like 10 to 18, and then a woman. So do you think you find that percent range more attractive? Or more, not like sexually attractive, but like more aesthetically appealing.
I think that we definitely all are secure in our manhood. Like, when I'm in the gym, I'm looking at men way more than women.
Yeah.
Like,
same.
Like, I'm like, okay, fucking, there you go, training legs, you know. Oh, he's nice quads. He don't have any hammies, or, that's what you sort of do. But I feel like my comment is more, if you don't care about your body fat, if you don't care about aesthetics, I don't give a fuck. I think every man should say, hey, I want to be physically fit enough.
Yeah.
And fit meaning strength, endurance, a combination of all of it, to be able to fucking bare minimum defend myself.
Okay.
And defend my family. I did martial arts for 9 years. If you are not trained to fight, and two untrained men, stats would probably show that the bigger, stronger guy has the upper hand.
Yeah.
Does not always mean he's going to win. You can get caught in the right spot behind the ear and get caught slipping and you're down. But statistically speaking, if I'm 6'1", 260, 14% body fat, I lift, I bench, I squat, I do whatever.
Yeah.
And you are the same height, same weight, or maybe I got 30 pounds on you, and you don't do shit but go to work, eat like shit, sit in the seat all day, go home, probably go sleep. You're probably not gonna beat me.
Yeah.
If I'm walking down the street with my girl, and we just out on the town having a good time, some guy walks up, what's up? Smacks her on the ass. You don't train, you don't lift, you don't do shit, you don't jog, you don't hike, you don't walk. You just a fat slob, or you skinny fat. You super small, can't do a push up. A pull up, doing a pull up is light years away from where you are. The best bet is probably to just to say, hey, baby, let's go.
Yeah. So we kind of said percent body fat. I agree with the probably 10 to 18. I would even go 12 to 18.
10 might be a little low.
For just anyone who, I think what the standard should be, like people should hold themselves to a standard of being healthy. I think that's a great range for people to be healthy. And I think a lot of people would feel better about their appearance if they were leaner in that range. And then, same with women, I would give them 16 to 26 probably.
18 to 24.
Probably a little bit, for genetic reasons. Same with men. Like, depending on how they carry it, depending on how they, self-confidence things and things like that, healthy ranges. So now we'll talk about muscle. So I'm currently 5'10" and a half, 236, and 10 to 12% body fat, maybe. I don't know to be exact.
Yeah.
But so 236, we'll say 12%. So that's the bottom end of our range of what we set the standard at.
Right.
I think for me, if I were to look at a guy, same height, same percent body fat, say 12%, in genetically speaking, roughly the same bone density and joint thickness and things like that, that all plays a factor. But I would say body weight wise, I think if someone is 5'10" and a half at 12% body fat and they're 180 to 190 pounds, maybe even 170 to 180, that's a decent amount of muscle in my opinion.
Right. That's what I was getting at earlier.
Yeah.
It's not just the body fat, but with how much muscle.
And that's a preference look. Do I think that's necessary to be healthy? No. I think 170 to 180 is probably on the upper end of what I feel like men should at least have.
Right.
And some of that's genetic too.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe 160 to 180 is the range. But I mean, 20 pounds of muscle is a lot of weight.
And who I
To sum it up, sorry guys. To sum it up, your friend would probably be a bad client.
100%. 100%. I don't think he would be a client because that goes back to him being honest with himself.
Yeah.
He knows he's not, and he will probably never be a gym guy.
Yeah.
And a gym guy, not a meathead, but a guy who goes to the gym consistently to take care of himself. He'll never be that guy. I think for me, what got me into fitness was my mom passing from diabetes. And when she got that, I went with her. I was 6. I went with her to the doctor. And the doctor told her she had diabetes. She was 26 or 27. And she was in denial. So she didn't make any changes. But his first recommendation to her was to get in the gym and or get a trainer and get on a diet.
Yeah.
And she didn't either. Now, granted, where we're from, there was no gyms and money was not in excess.
Yeah.
So there was, as an adult now looking back, I could give her a little bit of empathy and say, I could see why maybe you didn't go straight to the gym, from the doctor's office. But
she could have been active in other ways.
She could have did other things.
Yeah.
So like for somebody like my buddy, are you just okay with you're ensuring yourself that you're gonna probably not be here as long as you could. Now there are the cases. I'm always gonna be speaking from stats and saying most times most people are not gonna be able to be 300 and something pounds, under 6 foot, no muscle, don't move, don't get steps, don't muscle train, don't eat clean, eating raviolis out the can. And
what's wrong with that?
And so your diet is
I'm just fucking with you.
Your diet is
I did that as a kid.
I skip breakfast and then I get to work and I'll DoorDash some McDonald's, and then my snack is raviolis out the can, Chef Boyardee's out the can, and then My job brings in donuts, so I'll have a few donuts. Then I'll get off work. I'll go home. I'll drink some liquor, and if that is your diet, that's your lifestyle. You dramatically overweight.
You're probably never gonna be a healthy person.
You'll never be a healthy person. Now you carry all that extra weight on your joints. His back hurts all the time. I wonder why. He openly admits that the sex game is not his strength. You know, I guarantee you right now, and you with 100 pounds off of you, some muscle packed onto you, a regimen of eating clean. I'm all for the 80-20 rule.
Yeah,
I'm all for it. Nobody has to do this shit all day. Shout out to Justin over in New Health who makes you can buy your chicken breast in bulk from him. So shout out to you, Justin. But you don't have to do that shit.
I agree. 80-20 is a great rule, and that's 80% of the time I'm doing. If you have a coach, I'm doing what my coach says.
Or I'm just making good life choices.
If you're only 80% with a coach, you shouldn't have a coach.
Yeah, I'm not fuck a coach. If you're 80-20, don't hire a coach, please.
Yeah. But if you have a meal plan and you're going to the gym and you're sticking to your plan 80% of the time, and 20% of the time you're going to dinner with friends. And the thing is, you can go to dinner with friends and eat off your plan, but you don't have to order the greasiest, most calorically dense thing on the menu and eat so much that you're gonna puke.
Right.
Like I do that, not the greasy part, but I eat so much I make myself sick. But
there's a reason why that's okay. That's next episode.
I'm the outlier,
right?
But to get back to good clients, bad clients, like if you're not at least 90% of doing what your coach tells you, you're a bad client.
Right.
Now, me as a client, I will say I am the one who did things 100% to the T, but I question everything. And I know that has to be so frustrating because it's one of those things where I did so much research. It was kind of like I overanalyzed everything. I'm an engineer. That's just what I do. Like, it's like last night we were at dinner and I said I had bought cookie dough at the store, but I also made homemade cookie dough in case it sucked. And you guys were like, you have all this planned out. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like my approach to life in some way.
But see, there's a difference in asking questions from an educational standpoint to learn.
A lot of it is why. Why do you want me to?
To learn.
Yeah.
And to maybe you have a lot of knowledge yourself, so make sure I agree. Or make sure we can meet in the middle.
Yeah. That was always what I wanted. It was
meet in the middle.
Yeah, like I want to do mostly what you want me to, but if there's something I disagree with, I want us to find a common solution that we both can agree on.
Or unless your explanation, then I can say, gotcha.
Yeah. There was a couple instances where I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Like you hired a coach after making substantial progress in research and understanding and would not be considered a rookie.
Yeah.
I'm saying for myself, I have a coach. I'm not a rookie. I do this myself as well.
Yeah.
I have a lot of understanding. Then you talk about somebody who knows nothing.
And I will say that, so you're working with Tyler now. I worked with him from 2017 until 2021. And there's no reason why, other than I felt the need. I needed to do something on my own. And at the time, I didn't really have a goal. And I just felt like that was the right approach for me. And I had no intentions on competing anyways. But so I worked with him for 4 years. And we had a friendship prior to me saying, hey, like I need some help. He actually convinced me to, he was like, man, just let me coach you. Just let me coach you. And I finally gave in because I was so anal about everything. Like I would literally weigh my protein powder down to the gram. I wouldn't do scoops. I would weigh it out to the gram.
Yeah.
And which is not necessary. It's a good habit, but to me, it caused more stress than it was worth. But I learned a lot, and even though I knew a lot, I learned a lot, and we had a good relationship because a lot of times he would, be like, "Hey." At first, I think he was giving me meal plans, but the more and more, we were going back and forth, he learned that I was smart enough to make my own meal plan. So probably for the last 3.5 years, he just gave me macros.
Yeah.
Which, again, I'm kind of the outlier because I was already pretty educated on what macros were and, what foods I was able to eat and what, I wasn't substituting Chick-fil-A chicken for grilled chicken breast
Right.
with no sauces. You know what I mean? And so we had a good relationship that way. Nor did I need someone to tell me. Some people just need to be told. And so.
But see, I don't mean to cut you off, but if you're going to hire a coach, you have to understand that you have to pay for everything you want. Do you want somebody to give you the plan? Then you paying for the plan and the coach. And that's okay to use that coach for reference. That's okay to go to that coach for questions. That's okay to ask questions and to learn and educate yourself.
Yeah.
And to have a better understanding. But a lot of these clients hire coaches and they want you to do everything. They'll Google everything they want to Google for everything.
Yeah.
As soon as they hire a coach, hey man, how do I cook this?
Yep.
It's Google.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so you thought because you give me a couple $100 that you literally don't even have to use your brain anymore.
You're talking about lazy society. I think people in general have, even for that, like I'll be texting back and forth with someone and something gets brought up and like maybe I mentioned something that be like, I don't know what that is. And they expect me to tell them.
Yeah.
Instead of pausing the conversation. Like, I don't expect you to text me back within 5 seconds.
Right.
I mean, you could take 5 hours for all I care.
Right.
Google it, do whatever research you need to do, and come back.
Right.
And
I mean, like, we're the outliers, like you said. So, like, me and Tyler, we don't even talk much.
Yeah.
Because there's not much to talk about.
Yeah.
If I took his plan and gave it to somebody else, they would talk all day. What's this? What's this? How to cook this? What should I do? What's this? I had somebody ask me today, how do I do grams for this? Your scale does both.
Yeah.
Then they text back, it does. Would you have even tried to see if it did before you asked?
Yes.
Or is it just immediately, and they don't realize the time versus the value.
Yeah.
You're not paying enough to use this person for everything 24/7, a million questions a day. When it's things, now if you want to ask me why ground beef over this, or why this as opposed to that, or am I putting my oats in my shake?
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe the plan didn't specifically say, so I get it. But what type of blender do I need?
Yeah. Whichever one blends.
Whichever one that turns on.
Yeah.
Like silly shit, but it's like people hire coaches, especially not the outliers, but they hire coaches to work magic.
Yeah.
I'm out of shape. I'm skinny fat, indoor fat. I've never stuck to a diet, even when I've tried. I never am consistent in the gym, even when I go. I half-ass when I do go, or I put these fucking, they wear the bags, the garbage bags. Now, when I was fighting, that works.
I did that something.
It helps you drop water weight, 100%. But that's all it does.
Yeah.
You drop water weight. And as soon as you take your ass to margaritas with your buddies or your girlfriends after you leave the gym, that bag was pointless.
Yeah.
All this shit. And then when I hire a coach, okay, you need to tell me how to live the same lifestyle. I still want to drink my margaritas. I still want to go to brunch.
Then you don't need a coach.
Right. I still want to half-ass in the gym. If I'm supposed to train 4 days a week, I want to be able to train 2, sometimes 3. Sometimes I'll do 4. When I do 4, hooray me. But most of the time it's going to be 2 to 3. I'm going to skip but I still want to get the results.
Talk about hiring a coach. How long have we been going?
Well, I was gonna say if you guys want to close out, like what it would be. Tell your story, but then like what does it look like to be a good client?
Cool.
Okay. I do have one question that's probably controversial.
Yeah.
And it's prices of coaching.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel is the value of a beginner coach, and what do you think is premium, like, what is it, A5 Wagyu Japanese beef price?
I'm giving a number.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the beginner coach? You're his first client, or you're his first 10 clients?
We'll say he just got his cert, like maybe he's 6 months or less. We'll say 1 year or less.
So we going off time coaching, not
No, it doesn't have to be time, because to me, time, which was one of the questions, qualifications versus certifications,
Yeah.
like time doesn't necessarily make you more qualified or more certified. Like you can still be shitty.
So you
Coach.
do you think reps?
I think accolades.
That goes back to what we said earlier, though. I can currently I have 44 people. Currently, I can put together maybe 25 before and afters of results. Oh, since I've been doing it, I've probably coached, and I don't fucking keep a tally. I would say it's been probably over 200 people. And
Okay, well, so let's say for you, for example, what is the maximum you feel like your knowledge and experience is worth?
maximum, I think for business, I would prefer not to say, but I will say.
Oh well,
I would say
give a range then. Don't.
anywhere. I think anywhere. My current situation, my current experience, I would say anywhere from $200 to $300 a month.
And some of that could be where you're located, like in Lexington, Kentucky. That might be closer to 200.
Right.
New York City might be 300.
Right.
It's okay. So
and it depends on all I'm doing for you. I have some clients who literally I don't hear from. Now, that's not always a good thing. I want to hear from you.
yeah, at least your weekly check-in.
Bare minimum, your
Yeah.
weekly check-ins. I want to hear from you. I welcome. I just got done with legs. It was a great workout.
Okay, so let's go to very beginner then. So I would say you're not a beginner. You're kind of intermediate.
Yeah.
So let's go to beginner. Like at a very minimum, what should a coach charge?
I would say maybe $75 to $100.
Okay,
That's for everything.
Meal plan,
Training
plan,
check-ins, adjustments, everything. I would say about 75. If you're a beginner.
Okay, and do they have access to your personal phone number? Is it like a WhatsApp?
Yeah.
So 100% able to get a hold of you.
Yeah, I would say, but then I think beginner, intermediate, past intermediate, advanced. It depends. So where would you rank? Let's say 210 clients coached. Where would that be? Where would that be as opposed to this person? As opposed, how are you judging it? You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, let's go to like top tier. Hani Rambot. He just had.
And I think
he had Hottie Chopin win the Mr. Olympia, Open Mr. Olympia. He had Derek Lunsford come in second. He was Phil Heath's coach. Jeremy Wendia, or however you pronounce his name. He was his coach. Like, to me, he's probably current top tier, most Mr. Olympia earning coach there is currently.
But see, then that goes back to the
what do you think his knowledge is worth?
Then that goes to the what do you think you're gonna gain in your own career from his knowledge? So I would probably say I could see people paying him a couple grand.
So $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
You think he's
if you stepping on Miss Olympia stage and he's helping you win 400 grand,
yeah,
500 grand, I could give you 1,500 a month.
But say like top someone who has the potential, like genetic potential to turn pro, should they be using Hani Rambod?
No, I don't think you need that.
Unless
you can afford it.
Okay.
Obviously, I think I would recommend anybody go top tier anything.
Yeah.
Within what you can afford.
Yeah.
But then again, I think that I don't know what I would consider myself or Tyler or this person, that person when it comes to this era, because a lot of it is social media based.
Yeah.
A lot of it is this coach as opposed to this coach because this guy has more followers.
Do you think coaches typically oversell or undersell their knowledge? Like, do they charge more than you think they're worth, or less than?
Myself, I think I charge less than what I think I'm worth. And here's what
how do you come to that determination?
So here's I'm about to say. So here's the added benefits is not just the knowledge. That's one thing, but how accessible is that coach? How quick do they respond to you? Do like that post I posted, that Tyler posted. Do you Is this somebody who's going to throw you a plan and say, all right, see you around? Or is this somebody who's going to engage you? Help, because a lot of times people don't just need to plan, they need to be coached through life.
Yeah.
I'm having a bad time. I just lost my job, this and that. Are you somebody who they can go to? I have a lot of clients who I've made feel like family. Like they come to me and vent before they go to their own spouse. So, so those are all added benefits, that go into I'm making myself available to you 24/7 for pretty much whatever you need through your fitness journey. And most of us, not the outliers,
Yeah.
but the everyday person does not just need to plan.
Yeah.
They need to plan. They need instruction. They need motivation. They need some push. They need to be able to vent. They need to be able to bitch and complain. They need to be able and be heard. And you be patient with them.
Yeah.
So are you that person? If you doing all of that, you should be able to charge a little bit more.
So we'll just, to wrap this up, like, do you need steroids? Or are they for me? Yes, if you plan on making money with your physique or performing at the top tier level in some type of performance sport. And the percent that we have decided if you're a good client or not is 90% adherence. And which this wasn't one of the questions, but a scale of where to pay is, basically starting at 100 and potentially, we'll just say for beginners to intermediate, 400, 100 to 400 for.
Yeah, I think there needs to be something in between though. It needs to be beginner, something, intermediate, something, and then I guess top tier.
Yeah, so let's go brand new in the gym, hiring a coach for the first time. I'm going to spend $100. I've been training a year to two. I feel like I have a good foundation. I got good working form. I need help getting to my next level, 2 to 300.
I have somebody, one of my clients who looks really good. You know the guy I've introduced you to him, but looks really good, lean, muscular already.
Well, let's use me for. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
let's use me for example. I don't have a coach.
Yeah.
I personally don't feel like I have the genetic potential to be a pro bodybuilder or classic physique competitor. But if you were to tell me a coach to hire and how much you feel for me in my current level of my accomplishments, what do you think I should spend on a coach?
I could see you spending $300 to $400.
Okay.
Yeah, a month.
Yeah.
Maybe 400.
And you think someone who's charging that is most likely capable of getting me to the next level?
Probably, yeah. 400, yeah. But then again, like I said, about price, that's why I said it needs to be something in between. Because just I'm always be confident in myself. I don't deem myself intermediate. But it's also take me and give me 100,000 followers. Now have access to more people who are harder working.
Yeah.
Who can take my knowledge and actually apply it. Because you can give somebody the fucking golden fucking road to success. If they don't do it, you don't look like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's their fault because you can't make them do it. But if you give me 100,000 followers on Instagram, I guarantee you I can come up with some fucking monsters.
Yeah.
Because I would have access to them.
Yeah.
But these days we get online, we're looking for a coach. 2,000 followers, 20,000 followers, he must be better.
Yeah.
And he might not know shit.
Yeah.
He might have paid for those 20,000 followers. You never know. So I feel like this question would be more level playing field maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago when it wasn't based on how many followers you got.
That's true.
And who you know.
That's a good argument.
And who's gonna promote you, who's gonna add you on that page and all that shit. It takes, like with Tyler and that Drew guy.
Yeah.
It takes you having one guy, and I'm not saying that's Tyler's situation, but for some people, it takes you having that one person that you can help. That, I have 3 people right now with me that I feel like are gonna be my people.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna be able to say, there you go. And then that's when it takes off.
Yeah.
So when do you go from beginner to intermediate to whatever after intermediate to top tier? So I don't feel like when we're talking coaching, it should be based on how many Olympians. Because now you're talking about a coach who's getting people coming to him that are already way past attainable for most humans.
Yeah.
And they just have to put the ice on top of the cake.
Yeah.
And now they're deemed the best coach ever.
Those are the guys that are in the day.
They're not there every day, but they're there for the social media shit.
But they're there also, like, you're paying that price. You're probably expecting them to be there with you for the motivation.
And then the knowledge, like as far as being able to coach somebody through a cycle, and different stuff like that is also added.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, myself, I wouldn't put myself in intermediate. Intermediate would be somebody like, his name just left. But even, I'll think of his name. But him, he has a lot of good clients.
Yeah.
He's a good coach. I've talked to him. He has a lot of good knowledge. He just hasn't been able to get that one person that's going to execute.
Yeah.
And him be able to show. And I think the clients don't get that. Like, man, you executing the plan is worth more than me charging you a little bit more money. Because that before and after is what you need to show people, I know my shit.
Yeah.
But if you bullshit, but we so motivated these days based on social media. Like, I'm sure for myself, I'm sure Tyler, I'm sure different coaches in the area, the Johnny Juice guy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people are finding them on social media.
Yeah.
They're not meeting them in person.
No.
Out of my 44 people, 70% of them I've never met.
Yeah.
So you're finding me on social media. How many more people would come to me if I had 100,000 followers?
And there's a thing, like, if I were to hire a coach today, just off the top of my head, Patrick Torres is the one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
If I were to hire a coach today, he's the first one I thought of. And I've never met him.
Yeah.
He doesn't even live in the United States. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
social media is such a driving force between, in my opinion, what we would say beginner, intermediate. Because how are we judging that? Is it a success? Is it amount of clients?
And I don't know what he charges.
Right. Is it amount of clients coached? Is it how long you've been coaching?
Yeah.
Is it all of it?
Actually, I think I saw somewhere he charges $4,000 for a 16-week prep. I don't know what all that entails.
Yeah.
So that's $400 a month.
Yeah.
No, $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
$4,000 for 16 weeks.
Yeah.
I think is what he said. So $1,000 a month.
Yeah. So, like, what is the criteria?
Actually, don't hold me to that. Because I think I just pulled that out of my butt. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
But that's what I would say. What is the criteria? If somebody has individually touched 200 clients, 200 different people, where would you put that person?
To me, I don't care how many clients you have.
So what is it? Time?
No.
Is it? So it's accolades.
It's accolades. To me, it's accolades.
Do you feel like a good coach should be able to take a lazy person and make them not lazy?
No, because you can't teach. You can take someone who is currently lazy and turn them into something spectacular. But they have to want it.
Right.
And it only takes that one person to make a nobody coach into one of the best coaches on the planet. Matt Jansen, for an example. He was a mediocre coach until he got with Dallas McCarver. Dallas McCarver made his career what it is today.
So that's exactly what I'm saying. So was he always a mediocre coach? Or was he a great coach and just didn't have that great player?
Yeah, he was a mediocre coach at sometime.
Sometime. But I'm saying, how long did he spend, whatever you deem making you a great coach, how long did he spend being a great coach before he got his all-star player?
I think he hadn't really became a great coach until maybe the last 2 to 4 years. To me, he had a lot of trouble peaking his clients.
Yeah.
And maybe that was he didn't have clients with him long enough. Like, he never messes up Sean Clarita now.
Yeah.
Never. Now, other clients he's had, they came and gone and things like that. So there's...
Well, for most of the followers, let's dumb it down to not just prep coaches, but just coaches. Coaches that your job is to help people build muscle, burn fat, look good. Because that's a different level. But just... What are you gauging?
If I were just to hire a general nutrition person, if I didn't have a whole lot of knowledge, it'd probably be based on probably followers. I mean, if that many people are following you, it probably means you know something. Granted, you can buy followers and things like that. So I wouldn't just go on Instagram and be like, "Oh, this dude's got 100,000." Well, maybe he bought 90,000 of them,
or maybe he just has good fucking content.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out here in the fitness community.
But it never hurts to buy 1 month of someone, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, maybe you spend $100 for 1 month.
To try.
Yeah.
This guy we took.
That's a good conversation for the next one.
Yeah. We're probably like 2 hours deep now, but.
Well, But I think how do you decipher between an influencer
Yes.
and a good coach?
This guy today that was fucking, and I don't know. I think he's trolling. I can't really tell, but he's like, I mean, he does not look like he works out at all. But he posts workout videos and stuff, and he's one of them is like, "What I eat in a day,"
Yeah.
and it's like parentheses natty, but it's like, I guarantee you, nobody in the world has ever accused you of being on anything, not even fucking creatine.
Yeah.
I think he's trolling. You guys,
Yeah, I think he might. I have to.
show it to you,
I gotta
it's
find
one of
his
those pages,
page.
like he's trolling, but he gets so much attention, and I think that's why he's continuing to do it.
But he
People
doesn't
get that traction, and they're like, "I'm gonna just keep trolling."
But he doesn't make it super. Like he doesn't straightforward say,
Right.
"I'm trolling." So
Yeah.
it's still up in the air. Is he trolling?
Yeah.
So his
It's
videos
probably like
get 400,000 views and absurd numbers. But somebody who looks good, who knows their shit, can't get that.
It kind of reminds me of there's like the King of Diets or the Diet King or something like that. He's got a good physique. He's super lean. Like he's got some muscle, well, quite a bit of muscle. But like every one of his posts is him eating like this crazy ass cheat meal. Yeah. Every one of his posts are. And I scrolled through his page one day, and I'm like, this post and this post are the exact same. Yeah. This one's the exact same. It's like he's done like 4 cheat meals and reposted clips of it over and over and over and over again. So it looks like he's eating like these massive meals every day or every other day, and he's shredded. You know what I mean? A lot of these people are just using marketing.
They learn how to use the content to gain the followers. To gain, because it's a game now. It's not really so much. You have the knowledge, and some people will follow you because you have the knowledge, but how can you grab somebody's attention within 15 seconds? Yeah. They want to see the game videos. They want to see
all right, Layla. Figure it out for us.
Like that. I'm
it's that fucking, matter of fact, you look just like Guy. But it's that fucking,
flannel and everything.
It's that fucking, you should put that shit on the thing and put the camera on you.
On the camera, no.
That Layla looks like Guy right now.
Yeah.
But I'll end it with this. But it's the cliche saying that we grew up on is it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It is.
Because I would take a guy, I'm confident enough in myself and my knowledge that I would take a guy that's already advanced and I would do it for free just to show, like, I know my shit. And this is somebody who I know. Like the guy I told you, my current client, I'm charging him, I won't say his name so it doesn't matter, $175.
Yeah.
$175. That's not what I charge. But I know he's going to work hard.
Yeah.
He's in the gym every fucking day.
I think a lot of these coaches let their egos get in the way and they're like, nah, my prices are my prices. I don't care who you are.
Right.
And they don't see the value in investing in someone who needs a little bit of help and tweaking and things like that to get more business for themselves.
Right. And that's just bad business.
Yeah, it is.
You know, because you will run your course where eventually people will say, okay, it's like with everything as time advances, people will realize I don't have to pay you $500 when I could pay somebody just as good as you $300.
Yep.
You know, so if you want to be so hard ass with your prices, that's fine, but you will run your course.
Yeah.
Unless you take somebody to the stage, Olympia stage, you know. But this guy, I knew him well before I coached him. He would always come up to me. He's a younger guy, 22, 23. Looks up to me and we just built a relationship and he asked me to coach him and we sort of held off on it a little bit, you know, but I know he's going to fucking do the work.
Yeah.
He's going to check-ins are going to be 95% plus. He's not going to skip. He's going to be a workhorse. He's a younger guy, but he's focused. He's not into the girls.
It's not Jake.
No. No.
We can end on that note.
Right. But yeah, I know he's somebody who I'm like $175. I'm not gonna tell him that, but I would do it for less.
Yeah.
Because him and these 2 other people I'm talking about are gonna be my people. So I'm gonna say, okay, now motherfuckers, here's my shit. Here's my trophy.
And some people can't afford $400, but they're hardworking and gonna put in the work and things like that. Maybe they won't be Mr. Olympia or Miss Olympia or whatever.
Fuck, man. If I help you change your life, it's worth that. I had a guy at the other out in Louisville who we was all in the woods, trapped today. Jon could fish.
Jon could fish, but
He
can
could.
you?
Yeah, I could.
Gut the fish.
I've never done that.
He could run down a fucking moose.
Yes.
And take it down by the antlers.
Yes. Factual. I have taken down a moose before.